All right, we're back for another SnowRunner episode. I have purchased the Pacific P12. In the last episode, I was struggling a little bit with delivering some heavier loads with the Paystar, and I just kind of want to try this truck. I barely had enough money to scrape together to purchase this truck, but I was able to do it. It has fairly decent stats and layout stock, which is good because one, I don't have much money left, and two, it doesn't have a lot of upgrade options anyway. One of the major downsides to this truck is that you can't put like a flatbed on it. So it does have, I put the saddle on it so I can tow semi trailers, and then I think it hopefully has a hitch, I believe, that you can tow a regular trailer that doesn't hook up to the saddle. It's a little slow. The top speed is not the best, but it has huge, like 57-inch all-terrain, I think, tires as stock. Everything else is locked. But it's got a decent fuel efficiency and a massive 350-liter fuel capacity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go... Let's see, where am I at right now? I need to head to the farm. So I want to take a left here and then take a right. And I'm going to go past the farm and pick up this trailer down here. I'm working on materials order. So I'm going to pick up this trailer and take it. I can't remember where I'm taking it right now, but it's down there and it's got what I need. There's another order that's kind of in the area. And this is where it's kind of too bad that I can't put a flatbed on this truck, because I also need consumables, which are at the farm, and there's a trailer at the farm, but I can't tow two trailers. So if I had the ability to, I'm going to plow through the mud here and see how this goes. If I had the ability to put a flatbed on this thing and still tow a trailer, I could pick up the trailer down the way and then come back and grab the consumables from the farm, but I can't. So unfortunately, this is kind of like the argument that there's no perfect truck in this game. There's the trucks that perform really well from an aspect like this is just kind of mowing through this swamp. It's got massive tires. It's powerful. It's got a huge fuel capacity. It's actually potentially a little more fuel efficient than the Paystar, and it's got 100 more liters, of fuel. But no flatbed, no sideboard. Like, I can't just drive this truck and pick stuff up. I have to take a trailer. So, it is what it is. If there was a truck that did everything, it would probably be a little bit overpowered for the game. So, yep. I've been, obviously, to the farm several times. That's my flatbed trailer laying there that I left earlier. But I don't think I've been through the area and out the other side on this road yet. So we'll see where this takes us. If I've been on it, I don't recall. And then at some point, so now that I have this truck, one of the missions back in Black River is to deliver a fuel trailer, and it's a semi-trailer. So you have to have a high saddle. So now that I have this truck, which I'll drive for at least a few episodes here, I could go back and complete that mission and maybe some other missions back in Black River, and then we can head to Alaska and Russia. So this truck seems to be doing really well. So far, so good. It's only used 30 liters of fuel so far, which honestly doesn't seem like an insane amount, and it has such a higher fuel capacity. Yeah, so I don't think I've been down here before. I don't recognize this area at all. Looks fairly swampy, and we're going to be pulling a semi-trailer of metal planks, maybe, I think is what we're here to pick up. So this is another example of watch out for stumps. This is another example of there being parts that you need much closer on a trailer versus picking them up at, it's wooden planks. Is that what I need? What am I know I needed something down here. Why does that not ring a bell? Let's look. Materials order. Pick up concrete slabs, consumables at the farm, and metal planks are at the warehouse, which unfortunately I was just there with the Paystar and I didn't realize it. Oh, the metal planks are over here. Where am I at? Oh, I'm not there yet. I'm intending to go over here and pick up metal planks. And then, like I said, so it's good to know there's wooden planks over here, and that's 4 wooden planks, it looks like. So yeah, that's good to know, and there's some XP. And I mentioned in the last episode, so now I'm about maybe like 200 XP away from leveling up. That would be level 7. I'm not positive that there's a huge number of items that are unlocked at level 7. We'll have to see. Alright, I guess I go up here. Yeah, the P12 definitely has the P12 don't care type of attitude so far. I mean, granted, it's unloaded right now, and the Paystar drive's pretty well unloaded, but it was struggling so hard with that trailer last episode with the containers from the quarry on it. That was a struggle. I do think that it's a bit funny pulling a non-semi-trailer with a truck like this, but that's mostly just, for me, kind of a visual thing more than anything, to be honest. Like, it just looks goofy, I guess. It works. The truck doesn't care. But it's so funny having all the length of the truck body and then the trailer even behind that. So this is in a little bit of a remote area. Am I going the right way? Oh my gosh. I'm not on a path. I am off-roading it. That's not what I intended to do. I don't think that's going to work. I think that... I'm impressed it made it that far. Honestly. Let's get back on this path. I saw that little patch of dirt there and looked like a split in the road, and I knew the nav point was pointing to the left, so I got fooled again. Half this channel is me getting lost. Okay, I am getting bogged down here a little bit. I mean, I'm in the normal automatic gear, and definitely a little bit slower headed uphill in the kind of mud and rough terrain, but yeah, so far so good. There's something to be said for, you know, just the massive tires, and kind of going back to some of the struggles with the Paystar. I think there is a lift for that truck that I don't have, and there's also bigger tires, which you need the lift, I believe. I could be wrong, and that might make a difference, but I've mentioned in several past videos, there is a weird part of the game where some of the stuff is locked behind such high levels that by the time you got to that level, like, you wouldn't be using that truck. Like, the Chevy pickup, that large roof rack is at level 14. I probably am not going to be using that truck at level 14. At that point, I'm going to have been to Russia, and I don't know that I would use that truck. So that is interesting. I'm not complaining. It's just an aspect of the game I find interesting as to how they chose to level certain equipment. Beep, 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 beep. All right. Please tell me I can attach onto this trailer. I really hope I didn't drive all the way over here and I can't get it. Ramped flatbed trailer. All right, I gotta get positioned right. Okay. Yeah, so that's weird. I mean, I've got all this open space on the truck. All right, so where do I want to deliver this to? So that's the metal planks. Deliver to the quarry. Right? Yeah, metal planks times 1. This might be more than I even needed. But I guess I'm headed from here to the quarry. And the quarry is my nemesis. Yeah, so is that... I think that's 2 metal planks, and I only need 1. So I'll have a spare one. It'll be at the bottom of the quarry, but if I ever need 1 more metal plank, I'll have a spare one. So this is very slow going. Like, it's making... Nope, stalled the engine. It's making steady progress, but it's slow. And that is... I'm in the mud, and that is to a certain extent a tires thing. This is sort of the debate of the game, right? Is a lesser truck with off-road tires or mud tires better than a more powerful truck with lesser tires? I think the short answer is it's can kind of almost be even. Like, now I'm struggling as much, I feel like, with this truck as I was with the Paystar. Let's check out the interior of this truck. Yeah, this is definitely a vintage truck. Look at the wood paneling. All right, I'm going to have to winch a little bit. I don't know. Am I hung up on a rock? Is that... No. That's like exhaust coming out the bottom. I don't want to connect to that. I want to connect to this tree all the way over here. So I think on more solid ground now. Okay. Yeah, the diff lock is always on. So going into low gear doesn't do much in this truck as compared to other ones. Boy, this truck is really struggling. I did not expect this. I expected this to be a significant upgrade over the Paystar, and it's... So far, it's struggling pretty badly once you get a load on it. I imagine it's going to do better on drier ground as far as power, but it's struggling a lot to get there. The front wheels are like not even spinning. Just pull that out of the ground. All right. Oh, no. Am I moving enough to get it? Nope. All right, we'll winch some more. Where do I want to winch? There's nothing that looks super durable that's that close. Can I get on that one? Yeah. Let's try that one. Like, get me out of the rut a little bit. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit shocked. I kind of expected this truck to do better, and I can't tell if it's a tire grip thing. It's kind of interesting looking at like which tires are spinning and which ones aren't, because I've got all-wheel drive on and the diff locked, and it's just stuck. This is crazy. All right, let's set the brakes so we don't roll back too far. We'll winch a little bit more. I'm not quite ready to say, like, failed experiment, but this is not going as I planned. That was idiotic. Just release the winch instead of releasing the brake. Boy, she is struggling. I kind of want to, you know, if I'm just gonna test trucks out, like, I kind of want to go to Russia and buy like one of the Azovs, if, you know, play around with that. It's funny, like a couple minutes ago I was just saying how, oh, I'm sure I can go get that upgrade with the P12, and I probably can. I mean, you saw how it drove when it didn't have a trailer on it. But it is struggling mightily, almost as bad as the camera's struggling. Now that I have a load on it. And I gotta go through this swampy area, and this does not look promising. I feel like walked right through this swamp on the way in with no trailer. So I'm curious how this goes on the way out. Ah, stalled the engine. That was really, really dumb. I had momentum going. I thought maybe kind of like that higher torque mode would help me plow through this, and I just brought myself to a standstill. So it's handling this surprisingly well. It's flatter ground, but it's muddy, versus when I was trying to pull the trailer up the hill a minute ago, it was struggling much worse, and that was dry ground. It was a little bit of articulation, to be fair, meaning that, you know, the ground was kind of rolly, and the ruts and stuff like that, but it was mostly dry ground, but it was uphill. So I don't know. I mean, there's a reason why there's upgrades for these vehicles, right? This truck is dead stock. I couldn't afford any of the upgrades really, and most of them are locked right now for me. You can see with the way the truck's sliding that it's not so much that it is stuck, it's that the trailer is dragging it down, which kind of feels a little bit like, I mean, I'm sure more traction would help, but it could be more of a power issue. I know there's a P16, which is even bigger than this, and I've never driven, I don't think I've ever driven this truck before either. All right, we're coming up on where I was going to detach and go after that upgrade. Problem is I'm down to 180 liters of fuel. So when I said I could go get that upgrade, I was actually looking at the fuel tank having several more liters. Now I'm nervous. I don't want to run out of fuel. Man, fuel management has been the bane of my existence the last couple episodes. I've really struggled with fuel management. I mean, part of me thinks, like, once I unhook... Alright, so this is where I stopped. So I need to go right to get the upgrade. I'm going to try it. I think that, honestly, I'm going to kind of, like, zip over there and back, and it won't use that much fuel when I'm empty. So we're at 171 when I said that. Assuming I don't get stuck right here and burn a ton of fuel trying to get out. Let's see how it goes. So they're just kind of downshifted. It wasn't really stuck. Let's see how much fuel we use round trip going to get this. A little bit of a narrow pass here for a truck this big. That is tight. Wow. Is that where I'm supposed to go? Oh boy. So that's one of the things that the map doesn't show you is the elevation. This is down in like a pit. So now I'm nervous. Is this something that I should be getting with the scout vehicle? I don't think I would want to come down here with the trailer anyway, but is there... Does this come out the other end, and could this have been somewhat of a shortcut? So I've now used 10, 11 liters one way to come get this, and I'm struggling. Yeah, that's like I'm winching off of like a tumbleweed. Not sure I buy that. Alright, but I made it. Okay, what is this for? Show truck list. This is available for the TransStar, which is another international. That might be one I have to check out. That's an engine upgrade. Everything that I'm going to use for the purpose of this type of work, like what I was using the Paystar for earlier, it's going to have all-wheel drive, diff lock, and at least all-terrain tires. It really does me no good at this point to have a highway vehicle. I've made comments in previous videos. I kind of almost don't see the point of those vehicles in general because there's just not enough pure highway driving. If the maps were designed in a way where there was a clear advantage once you unlocked bridges and power lines and that kind of stuff, that there was areas that were long stretches of paved road, and like almost like think of the map as like levels or phases. So like phase 1, everything's down. Phase 2, you unlock, you know, the roads and stuff like that, and phase 3 is like the more complex missions. If in that phase 3 that I just described, that I just made up, that doesn't really exist that way, if there were massive trailers to haul and you needed basically a highway truck to even accomplish those, and all of your driving would be kind of on road, then I could see the purpose a little bit better. Now, to be fair, I've never played through this game far enough to have highway trucks. Just because it says highway, you know, they're going to default with highway tires, but they should have other tires available. So potentially some of those highway trucks with off-road tires, maybe they're great. I don't know. I haven't played that far yet. All right, so that I'm going to say cost me, what, 40 liters? I'm going to go from 171 to about 131 by the time I hitch back on. So hopefully I don't regret that. Especially since that upgrade right now doesn't really do me a lot of good. So I just burned a lot of fuel going to get an upgrade that isn't immediately useful. I'm easily distracted. That's my problem. And that's, I mean, I think that's part of this game, is the decisions that you have to make of, do I stick to the job at hand, or do I go exactly what I just did and go off? Oh, I barely cleared that tree. I did not clear that tree. Somebody keep track of how much fuel I burned just getting the trailer reattached. Come on. Ugh. I was a little bit more lined up than what that looked like. I just hit some mud and it kind of slid, and I wasn't turning the direction I wanted to be, just for the record. Okay. All right, so from here, see, I got a little bit turned around. I'm going to the quarry. So I got to go back through the farm, over the dam. Thank God that bridge is there now, or this would definitely be trouble. And then down into the quarry. On 124 liters of fuel. Some of this shouldn't be terribly bad when I get back to the area that I'm, you know, there's highway around the dam, concrete. The road that the farm is on is honestly not terrible. It looks worse than it is, in my opinion. So if I can get back through the farm here and get back on those roads, I think I can make some decent progress without using tons of fuel. This thing has such a long snout that being in cab is not necessarily the best vantage point like it is in some other trucks. Like, I want to look down and see the ground better, and I can't. Looking down just looks at the steering wheel. All right. See if we can make it through here without getting bogged down, because that uses a lot of fuel. Being somewhat bogged down. Yeah, I had a downshift there, unfortunately. If I can get some momentum built up, I like using that higher gear through an area like this, the H gear. But you've got to be rolling, otherwise the engine stalls. Try to avoid the worst of this mud, but I don't want to get on a side slope either. That was relatively successful, I'll say. Yeah, bogged it. I think I'll make the call now. I think I'm going to be okay on fuel. I've still got 100 liters left, and I'm getting on some more solid ground here all the way across the dam. So I would predict that we'll arrive at the entrance to the quarry with something like 80 liters left. That's my guess. Maybe 70, but it should be okay. All right. Gotta be a little careful on this stretch. There's an area up here where the road takes a dip and you can take suspension damage if you're going too fast, which I find odd. Like, you're on perfectly smooth concrete. And maybe it depends on the truck. I know I've done it in the Paystar where I've taken damage. Does anybody else wish there was a speedometer that was readable? I know you can actually, I mean, the in-cab speedometer apparently actually is accurate, but it's hard to see it on almost all the trucks. So it'd be nice if there was a little number down by like your transmission that showed your speed. I don't know. It's not strictly necessary, but it would be nice. All right. Navigating this corner is always a little tough. I think I just hit the on the right. It's all right. Just a little rub, trading paint. There's a fan in this cab. Look at that. Growing up, my dad had some old grain trucks that were already, 15 years old or something like that. Didn't have air conditioning, and they had fans like that hanging from the ceiling. What is the deal with these camera angles? Has this always been the case, or did they break something with an upgrade or a patch? Because I don't recall the cameras being this problematic. I know I'm hauling a long load with a long truck, but like, I can't get, I'm completely overhead right now, and then I get this stupid trailer view, which I don't find useful at all. Yeah, like, that's not useful. How's it always been that bad? I don't know. All right, so I've got a fairly long trailer again, and I'm going into the quarry. I know I'm going down instead of up, but yeah, could be interesting, especially considering I cannot seem to get the camera angle I want. Take a left here. It's kind of a get the lights on. Going down to the quarry at night. Probably not my favorite task. I wonder what truck I should try next. I wouldn't consider the P12 to be a rousing success at this point to where I want to play many more missions with it. So this might be like a 1-episode deal. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this path. So past that trailer, around here, and then when I get to here, I'll take the turn down into the quarry. I'm just thinking back to like the Fleet Star was an early game truck, and the GMC, and both of them were, oh no, 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 yikes. I found both of them to be not incredibly useful in early game, but I didn't have any upgrades for them. I know I've discovered several upgrades for the GMC, so the question is the GMC on par with like the Paystar if you have better tires and you have all the transmission and gearbox upgrades? I don't know the answer to that. I'm willing to kind of try a new truck every episode, honestly. I know there's YouTube videos out there that are like, what are the top 5 trucks? Several of them are Russian trucks. So if I want to just save up, 140 grand and then just go over to Russia and buy, a truck there, I can do that. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that yet. Some of those also have bad steering radiuses. Like one of the Azov trucks is like really useful. It's almost like impossible to get stuck. But okay, did I really say I was going to turn left here? Like this is the good one? Oh boy. Well, I got to get down to the lower bowl somehow, but this makes me really nervous, especially with this incredibly long trailer. And this truck has a terrible turning radius to start with. I guess I shouldn't say it's terrible. It's not great. Oh, this makes me so nervous. The trailer is pushing me down the hill, and now I'm hung up. I am stuck, and the trailer is pushing me further down the hill. How am I going to get out of this? If I detach the trailer, how far does it roll? And I'm burning through fuel like crazy. So what I'd like to do, somewhat cheaty here, is detach. Okay, it didn't roll badly. Now if I can get myself unstuck and headed in the right direction, I can reattach. And fuel is a challenge here. There's nothing to winch off of except for the trailer, which I feel like is just asking for a problem. But I'm like high centered, I'm beached. All right, let's try it. I'm actually going to attach the front corner to the side of the trailer here and kind of pray a little bit. So back up. Oh, it's just pulling the trailer to me. Yeah. So now the problem is the trailer is pushing me. All right, before I run out of fuel, let's try a little bit of a different mechanism here. Let's pick a different point. Attach the winch. We try like this. Oh no. I just lost the load. All right. That was terribly unsuccessful. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to recover back to the garage. I'm going to come back with a truck that has a flatbed and a crane, so maybe I'm going to bring the Paystar back, I guess, at this point. But I have to be able to pick up that cargo. All right, I'm back at the quarry with the Paystar. I've decided I hate the quarry. I'm going to wrap up this mission, and then I have to go get concrete slabs. I'm probably going to try to go do those both at once, so I can fit one on here and one on a trailer. I've got a couple trailers kind of laying around in the vicinity. I may have to go get fuel before I do that, depending on how far away everything is. But I want to clean up this mess. The quarry is, yeah, not my friend. Where is the stuff that yeah, okay, there it is. So I've tipped over trailers here twice. I've rolled trucks trying to fix tipped over trailers. I know there's a quarry in Russia too, so I'm sure that's... You are kidding me. You are absolutely kidding me. No. I was so close. Oh my gosh. I'm taking it. Screw this quarry. I don't care. That was awful. That was horrible driving. And the game punished me for it, and I don't care. I just want to clean this up and move on. So yeah, I will have to figure out... I guess I'll have to learn how to drive before I head to the quarry in Russia, because that's probably even more difficult. And the stupid part of this that's frustrating me is I only needed one metal plank. So I could have just went and got one metal plank on a flatbed. But I had to bring the crazy long P12 with the crazy long trailer and then try to finagle my way into this tight area. Oh my gosh, I'm in the wrong area. I can't... I need to go... Yeah, I gotta go back down. That's not where I want to be. I'm like abusing my trucks now because I'm angry. I'm not really angry. I still love this game. This is the kind of challenge that I like about the game. I'm not saying I'm wanting to roll over stuff and don't care, but having to come down here with another truck to recover a trailer is, to me, like kind of the fun stuff a little bit. Like, it really is. All right, so I've got to position the Paystar to where I can get one of these two metal planks loaded on it and not... Ideally, I don't want to be like backing down this path, honestly, but I may not have a choice. And everything's going to like go physics crazy as I get close. All right, this is not quite the position I wanted to be in, but I'm not sure I can do better. So let us open the crane. All right, we need to put the anchors out. Lesson learned from before. We'll attach on. I need to, whoops, lift and winch in. Okay. Get this over. No, don't tip, don't tip, don't tip, don't tip. All right. How do I do this so I don't tip over? I'm trying to reel in the... Oh, don't tip. Let's lower this. Is that X? Yeah, I'm going to lower this a little bit. So I'm too far out over... Nope, other way. I've got the weight in a really bad spot. There we go. That's better. All right. Oops. Oop, 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 oop. I'm not getting the crane to do exactly what I want. I want the front tip of it to be like lower instead of being straight up in the air. And I'm not sure... Oh, that's that, but okay, that's what that's doing. Okay, got it. So that's the left and right back buttons, is, for the record, is what controls like how straight up and down the crane is. So I'm not 100% sure how close I have to get this to being level. If you recall from previously, I dropped stuff on the trailer and the game told me it wasn't positioned close enough for it to lock it down on its own. So, all right, we've lowered it down. Let's get out of the crane mode. Let's try to pack the cargo and see if it's close enough. It is. Okay. So now we restore the crane. Okay. Now I get backed. Nope, other way with the wheels. I got to get back down without... Come on. Without tipping over. Yeah, I'm doing this backwards. What's the old joke about Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers? She did everything he did, but backwards and in heels. Right? Come on. I just need to get to a spot where I can reasonably turn around without rolling. I think I'm right. Oh, that makes me so nervous when the truck starts tipping even a little bit. The rocks are just make it a little extra challenging. I really need to be going even slower than I am. I'm being a little bit careless considering I just recovered from a rollover. So let's get this stuff delivered. I will probably clean up the rest of the mess off camera, to be honest. This is the delivery portion. The rest of it's not that exciting. And then I want to get the concrete slabs delivered, but I got to look at the map and see where they're at and if they're nearby a trailer I could use so I can carry all 4, or if there's a trailer with concrete slabs like laying around somewhere. All right. Unload. Okay, so now we're down to just concrete slabs. So where are the concrete slabs? Okay, I'm back at the farm to pick up the flatbed trailer that I left here from an earlier delivery. I'm back in the Paystar, and my plan is I head across the dam over to the warehouse, I think, is where I'm going, and I pick up 2 concrete slabs, one on the flatbed, one on the trailer, and I deliver them to the service hub, which is over by the garage. That should complete the materials order overall contract, hopefully get me a nice chunk of XP and money, and probably be the end of this particular episode. But let's not count our chickens before they're hatched. I will at some point off camera, quote unquote off camera, I guess, go back and clean up at the quarry. I think I want to get that trailer back, you know, uprighted and usable, or at least, I mean, sellable, and clean up that last metal beams, metal planks that are there. I'm not sure if there's an area, if there's another task anywhere nearby that needs 1 metal plank. So I could load those onto a truck and then you can like unpack and unload cargo and it just disappears, but it would be out of the way at the quarry at least. I don't know, we'll see how that goes. I guess maybe I won't do that unless I actually need that equipment, because I could end up never going down to that quarry again and I would be fine. You have seen the video evidence of how much I hate that quarry. Or you've seen the video evidence of why I hate that quarry. Come on, Paystar, you're not even loaded yet. Guess I could have thrown the diff lock on there instead of using the winch, but made it out regardless. Same diff. Get it? Okay. Cross the dam to the warehouse. 2 concrete slabs. I really hope I don't find out that the concrete slabs are this. I don't think they are. There's concrete slabs and concrete blocks. Concrete slabs, I believe, take up 2 spots per, and I need 2 of them. So I think I did the right thing by going and getting this trailer. All right. I was thinking, I'm pretty sure there's 3 trailer stores on this map, which is a little crazy. There's 1 fuel stop, but 3 trailer stores, because there's 1 at the garage, there's 1 up here to the right, and there's 1 over by, I forget what it is. I forget. I think I'm going to the warehouse, but there's another, here, let me look real quick. So there's 1 here, yeah, this is the warehouse. There's 1, what is up here? Yeah, another warehouse, second warehouse. There's another trailer store up here by this warehouse. So that's 3 trailer stores. Not to mention the random trailers that are left laying around for you on the map. So, anyway, I found that a little interesting. You can sell trailers, so I guess the argument is you could pick up a trailer right next to the warehouse for your, you know, whatever it is you need to deliver. I'm going to attempt to turn around here before I pick up the cargo, because I'm heading right back in the direction I came from. Yes, I've experimented with a couple trucks recently. I used the Pacific P12 and didn't think it was, yeah, concrete slabs, 1. And then to the trailer, concrete slab. What's going on? No, I went to manual loading, sorry. How do I get to the trailer? There we go. Concrete slab, 2. Okay, so I have what I need. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, it seems to be that, I guess I would summarize it as this. Jumping ahead and picking up a more powerful truck that you don't have any upgrades for, that are unlocked or that you can afford, it seems to me, in general, like you're not going to get that much of an improvement in performance. You might as well, meaning like a lower level fully upgraded truck is going to be similar, not identical, similar to a stock like higher level truck. So you may as well continue playing with a truck you're comfortable with, and if you have the upgrades for and you kind of know how it performs, then keep using that truck until you get a little further along in the game. That would be my, you know, opinion for what it's worth, I guess. So we're basically heading right back towards the garage. The service hub, I think is what it's called, is that Wolf Point building or whatever it's called right next to the garage. And then I will have to figure out what I want to do next. I'm going to need to spend some time looking around the map. Is it time to go to the next section of Michigan? Do I want to go to, you know, Alaska and pick up some trucks or upgrades there? I think one of the critical upgrades for this vehicle is actually in Alaska. So that might be worth looking into from that perspective. Like, I think there's a lift for this truck. I can't get bigger, better tires for this vehicle until I level up some more. And I don't know if this mission is going to be enough to level me up, to be honest. I really don't. But I know that, you know, the largest tires for a truck are linked to the, you have to have a lift for them to fit, physically fit, which makes sense. I also really want the advanced transmission for this truck, because I'd like to be able to go into low plus. I'm not sure locking the diff there was fully necessary. It's a little rough, but it's not crazy muddy. Come on, Paystar. Or is this the turnoff? Oh, it's up here a little further. Oh, there's a sign. Sorry, it's really foggy. It's probably more obvious to you watching, but as I'm trying to like focus on the driving and read the road, I was struggling to see the turnoff. And this is as fast as this truck is willing to accelerate with 2 loads of concrete. So I'm not feathering the throttle or anything like that. This is just as kind of as fast as it wants to go. It is struggling up this hill. So it's downshifted a couple times. Yeah, there we go, back to third. It's leveling off a little bit. Alright, we're coming up on the garage. This is the rock slide we cleared. I'm learning the map finally, not getting lost as frequently. Especially in this area between kind of like the quarry back to the garage. I kind of know my way around at this point. Like the farm, the warehouse that's by the river bridge, the quarry, that area. Kind of get to and from pretty easily. I know my way down to the fuel station on this side. This is a heavy load. I can feel it in the vehicle handling, I can tell you that. Very heavy. All right, we made it. I've been promoted, level 7. That was 5,000 bucks too. So 730 experience points, $5,000. Not a bad day. And I need another 1,000 roughly to get to level 8. So that's not terrible. Another major mission. I mean, that was worth 750. So if I could do a couple tasks and then another major mission, I'd be there. All right, I'm going to call this apart. This was a interesting set of objectives that I just completed. I'll say that. There's definitely gonna be some stuff I have to cut out. I got myself a little flustered, I think, and getting flustered made me careless. So I think the takeaway from this episode is slow and steady. Don't get frustrated. Pay attention. Don't get distracted. All the vehicle rollovers and trailer rollovers and stuff just cost you more time in the long run, so it's better to just do it right the first time. Easier said than done, I'll tell you that much. But here we are. Until next time, thanks for watching. Give me a like or a subscribe, appreciate it.